Tonight, we continue to grapple with the devastating impact of the floods. Many lives have been lost, homes submerged, livelihoods washed away, and many lives shattered. But a question that echoes is not just about nature's fury, but about accountability of resources. That is what our memo is addressing tonight. Billions of shillings are earmarked for flood and crisis mitigation every year. Yet, in many cases, the results are far from satisfactory. Innocent people bear the brunt of failure on mitigation or below par implementation. Where does this money and other resources actually go? In various instances, it disappears into a bureaucratic abyss with little to show in terms of tangible, beneficial outcomes. Where did all the money set aside for El Niño mitigation go? Did it get swallowed in the drainage, whose pipes lead to individual pockets? Is there satisfactory investment to show for the same? These questions demand answers, not just for transparency, but for the sake of the countless individuals whose lives are lost, disrupted, and destroyed when it rains and pours. Year after year, we witness the same cycle: promises of flood mitigation projects, budget allocations, and then, when the waters rise, the realization that the measures are inadequate. Let's face it, the current approach to flood and disaster management is failing, and some of its work is being washed away by the very floods, exposing more than wanting infrastructure and dangerous topography. It is commendable to see action on the part of the national government, county governments, non-governmental organisations, corporates and individuals alike in seeking to address the tragedy, even with plans to have more long-term strategies to avert future crises. That said, there must be transparency in how funds earmarked for flood mitigation are utilised. Every shilling must be accounted for, and the public has the right to know where their hard-earned money is being spent. Those responsible for overseeing flood mitigation projects cannot and should not escape scrutiny. It doesn't stop at the balance sheet. It extends to the decisions made or not made at both levels of government, from zoning regulations that allow construction in flood-prone areas to the maintenance of infrastructure crucial for flood control. Every choice has a consequence. And a key point in all this: there must be greater intent towards proactive measures rather than reactive ones. Instead of waiting for disasters to strike, it behoves the state to not only invest in long-term solutions such as infrastructure development, early warning systems and community resilience programs, but to actually follow them to the letter. Citizens have the right to participate in these processes and have the absolute right to demand solutions that prioritize their safety and well-being. In the face of climate change, the threat of floods is not going to be washed away. The time for excuses and empty promises must be firmly tucked into the painful pages of history. The people deserve the best and a greater guarantee to live. Anything less is a betrayal of trust and humanity, as well as a disservice to those who suffer the consequences of wanting actions or inactions. That is the memo.